Greetings from DHCD. Just as a reminder of our collaborative efforts with our localities and communities, we want to restate our mission statement here. DHCD is committed to creating safe, affordable, and prosperous communities to live, work, and do business in Virginia. And the way that we continue to do so is making certain that, as in partnership with you, our localities, our grantees, we take every effort to handle reporting that's required by HUD from us by making certain that we are here to assist you in capturing data and narratives that effectively and efficiently tell your story. And so, my name is Melissa Mason. I am the program analyst for housing and community development. I have prepared for you a guide to completing the 2021-2022 annual report. This is a snapshot for the reports, giving an overview of standard information on the reports and hitting some of the reports. We're not capturing each and every project that you have, but the information that's provided in this guide should give segue to information that will be helpful to you throughout this process. I cannot reiterate enough that if you have any questions that this guide does not answer, please do not hesitate to contact myself. And I've provided my email address in this slide, and or contact your community development specialist. This is a collaborative effort, and I am here along with your community development specialist to make certain that this is a seamless process for you. Now, what's the due date for the annual reports? The due date this year is July 5, 2022. This is a hard deadline. It is based on deadline dates for other reports, that the information that you provide that is used in our other reports. So after completion, how do you return the forms? You will upload the forms to CAMS. After uploading to CAMS, by email, you will notify me and your assigned community development specialist. Here I have provided my email address. The forms will be sent to you, which you have in this email. You see that the attached blank forms is attached, along with a cover letter that provides information. So I guess you're asking, what is the purpose of the reports? The report provides a lens into the beneficiary data for your project to date. The beneficiary data is entered into the Integrated Disbursement and Information System that we call IDIS. I know that most of you are familiar with that. It is a HUD system. It is how HUD tracks your narratives, your data information, how well the project is doing. The information is included in all the reports that is required by HUD. So just to reiterate, what you're providing tells your story. I know that you probably heard me say that before in the grant management workshop. And so that's the reason why the annual report and your closeout reports are so very important. It tells the story on the success of your project. We have some helpful hints to completing the annual report. The annual report is required for all open projects. Any projects that are still open, we require this information. Now, there may be some projects that is in the midst of the closeout process. You may have received the closeout documents and you're working on them, or the closeout documents have been returned and we internally are processing them. We try to go through and make certain that we did not pick up those projects. Keep in mind, reports are based on activity taking place July 1, 2021 to June 30th, 2022 only. And we ask, do not use information for prior years to complete any portion of this year's annual report. You should not have the same accomplishment information because the prior years covers a certain time period, just as this does. It has a specified reporting period. So what we're going to do next is take a look at some annual report forms. I did not do instructions on each and every type of activity. I pulled some sample activities, and the information that I provide in this presentation should assist you. But again, and you're going to hear me say it again, if there are questions that you have that's not answered in this presentation, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. Do not hesitate to reach out to the community development specialist. I have provided my email address throughout this presentation, in the email that you receive, and in the attachments. So please do not, every question may not be answered, but I tried to cover the basics. But if there's anything that you have a question about or do not understand, please do not hesitate to reach out. Remember me stating this is a collaborative effort. So let's look at standard information on all forms. So what you see here is the title that will be on the forms. The grantee's name will be there, the contract number, and you're going to see the reporting period, July 1, 2021 to June 30th, 2022. There will be a brief description of instructions there. You're going to have the activity name and the activity number that is generated in IDIS. There's going to be a space or box for your activity accomplishments. This is your narrative. Please be concise in your writing. Again, this is information that's going to go to HUD. So tell your story as you want it told to the representatives in the field office that's going to read this information from HUD. Tell your story. Be descriptive. The setup of the box logistically in Excel is it will do a wraparound. When you start typing, it's going to start from the bottom of the box, continue over and wrap around, and you just continue writing until it's finished. Also, let me add here the setup for the spreadsheet. I've gone in and it's landscape setting, size is 8.5 by 14, and the page breaks have been broken out for each page. Also, you're going to see at the bottom of each form is the certification statement where you are certifying that for this reporting period, the information that you have provided is correct. That is requiring a signature, title, and date. My suggestion here is that to use electronic signature. That means that you can convert this Excel spreadsheet into a PDF. If you have an electronic signature, or if you don't, I suggest that you get it, and you will should be able to sign the PDF with the electronic signature. From there, you once it's completed, then you upload it to CAMS. Now, in the past, I know that what some have done is print it out and sign it, and then scan it back in. And what has happened is sometimes the print is not clear, and we have asked that the reports be resubmitted. But if you do, as I am indicated here about, say, after completion, saving it as a PDF, electronically signing it, then you will be able to upload the PDF to CAMS. And again, if you have any questions or concerns, please do not hesitate to ask. Another thing that we that was just was inaugurated last year is a Section 3. I think this year with pretty much everybody is familiar with it. If you see the Section 3 section of your report on your report, then you are required to complete it. Here, total labor hours is required whether or not you if you have any information regarding Section 3 workers. You still have to put in the total labor hours. And the total labor hours, you should be able to get that information from the project manager or payroll. You can also use as close of an estimate, if that is a difficulty, use as close of an estimate as you can. If you're filling 0 for the Section 3, then it's going to require that you select a statement here. Go through and select the one that you best feel applies to your project. So here we have the basic setup of a report regarding facade improvements, branding, small business assistance. So under proposed units, you will find that this has been filled in for some of your projects based upon the information that you provided. Is information that was included in the contract. So the number that you see there, you do not have to change. What you do fill in is the actual number of businesses that was assisted. You will continue on to complete the following spaces there. When you provide the DUNS number in your forms, there should be enough blocks that I have created depending upon the information that you provide. For example, if you said that your proposed units was going to be 18 businesses, I have put in there 18 spaces. If you find that there is more than that, there's a DUNS number that repeats, please put that number in only one time. So that's why you see there, do not duplicate DUNS numbers. Housing rehabilitation. Under housing rehab, some things that I want to point out to you. Under race and ethnicity, you do not have to write in African American or white. There is if you hit select in each one of those selects, there's a drop down box, and all you have to do is to select the race and ethnicity that is relevant to what you're doing. If you have more than one race and ethnicity, you would select each block and make the selection. If it's on a rehab, you're going to see it, see like it here is blocked here. You're going to fill in head of female headed households. You should put here the total owner units and select the blocks that is relevant. And whatever you fill in these blocks should add up back to should not be any more or less than the total units here. The income level should, whatever total here, should equal to this. You must fill in this information here regarding lead paint, and you must fill in information here regarding lead hazard remediation. So please make certain that you do not skip over these boxes. Also, if it is investor owned on your report for investor owned rehab, this renter would be unshaded and owner would be shaded. Just as a fact for you there. So important reminder, the deadline date is by close of business July the 5th, 2022. This is so very important that upon receipt of this email that you plan accordingly, because we will need these to be returned by close of business July the 5th. So again, this is my email address. If you have any questions at all, please email me. The reason why I prefer the questions in email is because there could be record of the response to your question. I may need to refer back to what was provided, or you may need to refer back and I will be able to send the response back to you. So again, we're here to work with you, to help you, to assist you, and I cannot say enough. Tell your story. Tell your story. The good and the bad and the ugly, but we want you to be able to share what you're doing, and this is the best way to do it. The data and your narrative together will show or enhance why this is so very important. And again, it goes back to our mission. We want to be a success for all the communities. So again, thank you so very much. And again, if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out. Thank you.